Hey everyone, I'm Luke Neller, and today we have our first episode that contains replays from around the world. Remember, if you're not from Europe, you can still submit your replays. Just create an account on the EU server so you can use the website, and leave your actual details in the description. Right, onto the warm-up. We begin the warm-up on Live Oaks. The French AMX 5120 is enjoying a little Sunday drive, but as we know, in World of Tanks you can't just watch the birds and admire the scenery. Eventually our hero meets his nemesis, the British FV215TD, spots a Frenchman out on a stroll and immediately goes berserk. The Englishman charges the AMX as fast as he can. He comes to point-blank range, fires, and blows up? Well, shooting HE at touch range is not a good idea. It's like wanting to eat a dumpling so bad that you accidentally stab yourself in the eye with a fork. But never mind, let's continue. The warm-up continues at the Abbey. A valiant and fearless IS-6 is left alone facing 4 enemy SPGs. The first kill is quick and easy, and the second SPG is soon spotted. The IS rolls out, kills the Su-8 and doesn't even seem to notice the hit from the Hummel or the GW Panther. Where are they anyway? Are they praying for help from above? Of course they are. It's time to go visit the Abbey. The Hummel is dispatched and another hit is ignored. One more time. Poor Panther's hiding in a corner. Okay, shoot me one more time. Are you quite finished? Bye! 3 hits with no damage. The RT are so cute when they can't dent your armor. We finish warming up on Kamarin. The T-28 prototype and the T-32 are left facing 6 opponents. The enemy have almost captured the base and the battle seems over, but a raging IS-3 kills the capturing Hellcat and comes after our heroes. You can already tell how this will end, can't you? Of course you can. With some help from his allies, the one-hit point prototype will win the battle, and so he does. The greedy IS-3 lets his whole team down, and we hope that he was reported and is getting a ban in addition to the defeat and the scorn of his teammates. Bad IS-3. You shouldn't have done that. That's it for the warm-up, let's proceed to the awards. This week's defender is another EU player. His name is SpyInfo, and he drives the Object 268 on the Abbey map. The battle begins. Our hero tries several positions and ultimately decides to help his allies push one flank. It turns out, however, that the enemies pushed faster. The TD climbs onto the hill and gets a nice shot into the IS-7, reducing the cap. The T-110E5 drives carelessly through the open ground and gets sent to the garage almost instantly. The problems are not over though, as the base is still being captured. Our TD gets down from the hill and rolls towards the base. Even a T-54 doesn't manage to slow him down. Finally, we get the culprit from the howling siren. It's like the old saying goes, if you stay too long in the enemy base doing nothing, you'll get sent to the garage. A half-dead T-54 is spotted on the left, and is easily put to rest. However, everything is not going smoothly, since an enemy does the same to the last remaining ally. Our hero is left alone. After a skirmish with an E-50M and an E-75, it's time to return to the battle-tested hill. What? Another one? The Jagdpanzer E-100 comes as a nasty shock to the Soviet TD, as can be seen by the hasty snapshot. Okay, let's go back. Oh, it seems that the E-50M was chasing us. Well, not anymore. The capture starts again as the hero of the hour decides it's time to return to the hill once more. The hill turns out to be pretty useless this time, but the Jagdpanzer E-100 comes into view when going down. Now things are clear, both opponents are at the base. This calls for action. The E-75 is spotted, shots are exchanged and the German leaves his countrymen to fight alone. And there he is, an almost untouched E-100 just driving around our base. This miscreant needs to be outsmarted, but how? Trying to get to his rear doesn't work. How about a bluff? The TD fakes going around again, but doesn't really. The cap is reset with a precision shot to the enemy's hatch. The opponent's fired, gets another shot in. It connects, and the German has one track at the garage door. It's time to use psychology again and make a double bluff. This time our hero really does go around and flanks the enemy. Yes, the maneuver worked. The German didn't suspect a thing until it was too late. Great tactics and strategy brought our hero this well-deserved victory. He is the Defender of the Week. Congratulations! This week's top scout is Vlad Coolboy driving a T-34-2. He realizes that a battle with tier 10 tanks is not the time to play the hero. The Chinese med helps a slow TD get going and then heads out to spot the enemy from behind a small hill. The opposing heavies get dismantled before his eyes, and the inspired Chinaman moves forward under covering fire. The enemy IS-3's marker winks out and the hill is conquered. Now a dash across the river. A shot from the Su-101 damages the engine, but the most dangerous place is already passed, and the distracted opponents continue to take damage. The makeshift scout takes a peek around the edge of the hill, and the spotted enemies immediately come under heavy fire. Since the tactic works, repeat until done. The last enemy is cornered and not a threat. As you can see, scouting isn't just for light tanks. The secret lies in finding good positions and taking smart risks when needed. A 15-1 victory, more than 10,000 damage from spotting, scout and patrol duty medals, and not just the scout medal, but also the title of Scout of the Week. Congratulations! This week's top gun is a player from the European server named Gwandi, driving the T-54E1. The map is Insk. Our hero gets the first kill on an overly bold ELC AMX, and so it begins. A skirmish near the warehouse eventually ends in tears for the T-26E4, and soon after the T-29 as well. A shell strikes home from the left. Another enemy is spotted. A cheeky feline. The Tiger 1 is put to rest. Finish off the AMX AC-48 and move on. It's a pity most of the allies are out of it already. No matter, it's time to carry. Wasn't there a T-34-2 near A0? Better go check that out. Oh, he's not alone. A Crusader SP is hiding behind a house, but that doesn't help him much. Good luck in the next battle. Reload, show a track, fix it, and unload a drum into the Chinese med. 7 kills so far. So who's next? The party at the city is starting to be over. Our one remaining ally, the T-34, is trying to hold off an entire horde of opponents. Our hero thinks it's going to be very lonely soon. He rushes in to help, but it's too late. 1 against 5. Great. Our hero is careless and gets hit several times. Now there is no room for mistakes. At least he knows where the enemies are. Within 15 seconds the enemies go from 5 to 2. The M46 Patton, Lurvi and the IS are no longer a threat. The remaining 2 panic and try to capture the base. The American will not be stopped now. Going to the railroad and carefully scouting the base. The enemy Lovi is left with 74 HP and the T-32 is sent to the garage. With the magazine reloading, it's time to go lion hunting. Just need to spot the Lovi again. There it is! The shot on the move would have been a spectacular ending to this battle, but even a basic shot gives our hero the title of Top Gun of the Week. Congratulations! Once again we have 3 winners. We'll start from a shot from the player named Alesaurus driving his Object 704. He has already done a great job defending the base, and has moved to the flank to welcome an enemy M103. An equally hospitable Waffentrager also wants to say hello, but our hero doesn't intend to wait in line. Never mind what they say about the BL-10, it manages to send a greeting perfectly through the small gap between the Allies' hull and turret. The American responds with smoke signals, and we move on. The ruined houses in the centre of Erlenberg has much to teach for lazy and inattentive tankers. There are so many holes in the walls that no place is completely safe from attack. Our sniper named Bowick 2008 is driving a tier 9 Waffentrager, and at the start of the match he starts looking for targets among the buildings. He sees an enemy Leopard on the other side of the river. At first glance it looks like an impossible shot, but the accuracy of German guns and perfected skill combine to prove otherwise. The shell passes through a tiny crack and takes out the unsuspecting Leopard. Yet another spot to be marked unsafe. Our series of unusual shots is brought to a close by another Waffentrager Aufpanzer IV, this time driven by the player named Unchik. The battle at Ihaluf has been really intense, and only our hero and the enemy artillery remain. A shameful tie is less than 20 seconds away, but the German's intuition tells him there's still a chance. He thinks, scans the bushes, listens, maybe even smells the air, and then places an accurate shot into the Frenchman's hiding spot. Luck? Probably. But the victory and title of Sniper of the Week are well deserved, just as with our other participants. Well done. And now it's time for the main event, the best replay of the week. We have 2 heroes today, but from the start of this glorious battle on airfield, they act as a single entity. First Lelouch in his British Tier 10 medium tank, and Balcom and Fan driving its Japanese analog take good positions on a hill and leaves the enemy T-34 with no chance to survive. Then our platoon faces some inactivity, so the Japanese gunner decides to put some shells into his favourite bushes of the season. The results are unknown, but it's a sensible thing to try. Our heroes coordinate and send a careless pattern back to the garage, then finally decide to change position. Just as the STB-1 gets going, he needs to return and help his friend fight a cheeky T-44. Another change of flank and another Soviet med tank reaches the end of its hard road. Now the heroes start taming two King Tigers. While the closer Tiger falls into pieces under fire from the British alone, the farther one takes a team effort to put down. In the best horror movie fashion, a wild Waffentrager Alf E-100 appears out of nowhere, its gun sights gleaming in anticipation of the easy prey. It's not hard to hide from him, but the Japanese tank suddenly starts taking shots from another Waffen. This is not good. Additionally, a 704 reveals itself by destroying an allied M4043. Our heroes are left 2 against 6, and not in the style of two mouse tanks toying with Tier 8 victims. A fragile calm descends for a moment, but then the German charges down the hill and a furious melee begins. Miraculously, the Brit manages to spin the TD and the Waffentrager fires into the sand, then left burning under the scorching sun. The 704 enters the fray as the Waffen destroys the heroic Briton. Additionally, a half-dead IS-3 shows his face, sending a last goodbye to the Japanese gunner. A sad time indeed. But 187 HP and 4 opponents left, the BL-10 can't compete with the STB-1's turret, and the T-74 is motionless while an AP shell from the RT bounces off our now lone hero. The Waffentrager still has a lot of durability left, and a head-on battle will not end well. The artillery also seems unlikely just to drown itself, so it's time for Plan B. The German is left alone to think deep thoughts. The 261 is found first, but intuition tells our hero to keep moving. There is another one. Aha! Thought so! A couple of shots and only 2 opponents are left. The siren is howling, of course, and so our hero returns to the base. The Japanese loads an HE shell just for the Waffentrager and its giant paper-thin turret. The first hit takes a hefty 500 HP off the unhappy German. Another HE for the escaping SPG. Now it's time to trade shots and trust your luck. The 261 is gone, but it's not clear what can be done about the German. The Waffentrager opens up, but it's too impatient for careful aim. The remaining shell strikes rocks, with the only hit bouncing off. Now it's vital to act quickly. A head-on charge and the helpless Waffentrager Alf E-100 doesn't live to see his drum reloaded. A victory in a very intense battle, 11 kills for the platoon, and a great display of skill and teamwork in very unfavourable conditions. We award a commemorative medal along with the gold. Congratulations! A fantastic first episode with worldwide replays, don't you think? If you want to get involved, click on this video, and if you want more of this sort of content, press those like and subscribe buttons. I'll see you soon on Best Replays of the Week. There is an English. The Waffentrager opens up. Whoa. Waffentrager, Waffentrager, tracker, 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 tracker. Waffentrager, Waffentrager, tracker, 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 tracker. Waffentrager, 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 Waffentrager. Waff. The Englishman charges as fast as he can. The remaining shell strikes rocks, fires. Greedy IS-3 lets his whole team down, and we hope that he was reported and is getting a ban. Waffentrager, Waffentrager, tracker, 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 tracker. Waffentrager, Waffentrager, tracker, 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 tracker. Waffentrager, 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 Waffentrager. Waff. There's no umlaut in English.